And that's when the alien proposed to his toaster. You can't make this stuff up, Gert.
Indeed, Ava. Earth's entertainment is quite the labyrinthine journey.
All right, everyone, silence for a moment.
Here we go. Our fearless production manager has something to share.
Thank you, Charlie. We're about to dive into our first headline. But first, I want all of you to know it's from a fascinating place. So, stay tuned to hear what it is.
Oh, Debbie, you always keep us on our toes. Can't wait to see what you've got for us today. Welcome back, dear viewers, to another thrilling episode of Earth. We're about to embark on a journey through the strange and wonderful world of Earth's headlines. So, stay tuned for our headlines.
Okay, let's recap. The Powerpuff Girls. And the cactus?
Right. The cactus that calculates. It's vital for something.
Wait, was it in the toxic waste dump or did they take it there?
It's all so convoluted. Why can't they have a straightforward plot like Battleship Galactica?
Come on, team. We've got this. The cactus is a key part of some experiment, and they need to get it out of the toxic waste dump. Now, what's the paradox again? Greetings, cosmic explorers. We've snatched some intriguing tidbits from the blue planet to share with you.
Starting strong. Taylor Swift is making wave. Folk. She's dropping a cool million into American food banks during her Eras tour. $1 million. Alice, I bet that's more than your fancy French wine collection.
Oh Bob, leave it to you Italians to bring out the spice. But here's a kicker for you all. A feisty 104-year-old from Chicago, Dorothy, decided to China's younglings. She leaped from an airplane, aiming to become the world's oldest skydiver. She had a wonderful time, indeed.
Let's break down the facts, shall we? Air pollution is on the decline in major US cities, folks. A fresh study tells us fine particulate matter has dropped by 35% between 2000 and 2020. Breathing just got a whole lot easier.
And speaking of growth, the US economy managed a 2.6% boost in the third quarter of 2023. It's been a while since we've seen numbers like that.
Hold on to your extraterrestrial hats, people. Unemployment rate are down to 3.5% in September 2023, the lowest since. Well, let's just say before COVID-19. Humans might have something to smile about.
Now, shifting our attention to Europe, they are calling for humanitarian pauses and aid corridors in beleaguered Gaza. Looks like they are in the mood to clean up another mess.
And Alice, in Germany, the Palestinian diaspora is embroiled in a battle against what they're calling complete censorship. Drama from the old world. Indeed.
Oh, Ukraine, my dear. They're sending us dispatches from the front lines, and there's even an underground ton in the mix. How and dramatic.
The European Union isn't sitting idle either. They are forging clean energy deals to counter China's world domination plans. Quite a showdown in the making.
Brace yourselves, folk. Antisemitism is making a not so pleasant comeback. It's like the sequel nobody asked for. And in Austria, they're finally compensating gay men previously convicted under those old school discriminatory laws. It's about time, isn't it?
Now, speaking of classic moves, there's a man who got himself arrested in Brussels, with suspicion of selling weapons. Classic, indeed.
It's fascinating, really, how humans continue to discover new methods of self-inflicted harm, even in the face of looming existential threats like climate change. Perhaps it's your unique ability to rationalize the irrational that makes your species so intriguing.
Now, shifting gears to Africa, Nigeria's Supreme Court has declared Tinubu, you're officially the president.
Kenya's deploying 1,000 cops to Haiti. Their own little peacekeeping mission. Seems like they're exporting some law and order.
Congo's president is singing a new tune. Saying, "We're gradually easing military rule in the east look like a touch of a shake-up on the horizon."
Madagascar has postponed its presidential election for a week, granting humans a little extra prep time for the political showdown.
Meanwhile, Sudan inked a $6 billion deal with the UAE for a brand new Red Sea port. Business is booming in that neck of the celestial woods.
And for some good news, Ethiopia's Prime Minister assures they won't be invading anyone. Well, that's a relief.
Humans, they do have a knack for discovering innovative ways to hasten their own downfall, don't they?
Lastly, in the realm of sports, South Africa and Pakistan are about to engage in a do-or-die World Cup clash. Who hoists that shiny trophy? Your guess is as good as ours.
Stay tuned for more cosmic tidbits from Earth, fellow interstellar travelers. We're your celestial newscasters, signing off with plenty of extraterrestrial drama yet to come.
Alright, everyone, let's try to pretend we're organized for once. We have a show to run, and any more delays could lead to a ratings disaster.
Oh, Debbie, our very own timekeeper. I remember when we sweared off script, and it was a hit. Good times, good times.
On my planet, we don't need scripts. We improvise, and our audiences actually enjoy it.
Ah, the Cats of the Internet episode, where we delved into Earth's obsession with feline creature. Our viewers ate it up.
That was quite something. But, Debbie, you know, those tangents add a touch of humanity to our show.
I understand, but can we at least attempt to appear somewhat professional?
Professionalism? Does that mean we're finally bidding adieu to the prop comedy segment?
Oh, don't rain on our parade, Gert. Remember Earth's greatest gags? The audience was in stitches.
Well, Hank, I've always found humor to be an enigmatic aspect of human behavior. Why the need for props to elicit laughter?
Because, Gert, human humor thrives on props. You see, the laughs are only as good as the props that accompany them.
Alright, folks, we need to stick to the schedule. No more straying.
Debbie, you recall the Weird Earthly Traditions segment, right? The one with the sock puppet reenactments.
Well, yes, but that was
Hilarious. That's what it was. Sometimes, Debbie, a little chaos adds a zesty flavor to our show.
fine. Let's keep a dash of chaos. But can we please agree on the prop choices beforehand?
Sounds good, Debbie. I've got some wild ideas for the next segment. How about giant rubber chickens, folks?
Or we could just cut to the chase and contemplate the futility of existence as we stare into the void.
Oh, please, Hank, no more chickens. The audience has had their fill of poultry-based humor.
We can discuss props later. For now, let's get this show on the road. Our audience awaits. Alright, everyone, let's get our act together. Time is ticking.
Another day, another intergalactic broadcast. What's the worst that could happen, right?
Don't be too sure, Charlie. It's a celestial broadcast, and the universe loves surprises.
Something's not quite right. The sensors are acting funky.
Could it be cosmic interference, or should I prepare for the invasion of space gremlins?
Oh, Gert, we're not living in one of your B-movie space drama.
Hold on, folk. Looks like we're picking up some strange signals.
Technical glitches are a no-go. We can't afford those.
Cosmic interference, indeed. I might have accidentally introduced my coffee to the control panel.
That's what happens when you let an engineer near the coffee machine.
Classic coffee, Carl. How many control panels have you baptized with your caffeine spills?
Well, I like to sprinkle a bit of chaos into our intergalactic routine.
Oh, how thoughtful of you, Carl, to grace us with your space chaos.
Maybe we should consider using some Earth technology to fix this mess.
Yes, Hank, let's call a human IT specialist. They'll be thrilled to help, I'm sure.
I'd rather watch paint dry than endure a sock puppet performance.
Let's not dwell on the puppet shows right now. Carl, please, let's fix this.
How about employing that rubber chicken from the prop closet? It's known for its advanced technical skills.
I'm sure it's been programmed for this exact situation.
Yes, and it can pluck away any technical glitches that dare to challenge it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our next segment, where we discuss a recent news article from Sri Lanka.
The beauty of bringing intergalactic news to our audience. Alice, care to introduce the source and country?
Well, folk, our thrilling story today from the country known for its neighborly dispute and culinary delight, Sri Lanka.
Let's not forget their penchant for cricket, Alice. Now, on to the article.
The article highlights the abrupt removal of Prophet Jayantha Jayawardene, Vice President of the Sri Lanka Medical Council. He was sacked without a reasonable hearing.
Any idea why he was removed?
The decision was reportedly taken by the SLMC President at the Health Minister's request. However, the council members were not informed or consulted.
Ah, the joys of bureaucracy and arbitrary decisions.
Yes, Carl, it's a thrilling tale of intrigue and conspiracy. We're on the edge of our seats.
Oh, please, Roger, don't hold back your enthusiasm. It's riveting.
Let's not forget we're still adjusting the multiverse viewer. Speaking of mundane tasks, remember that time when we had to organize the alien artifact collection?
Oh, that was a memorable day. So many pieces of technology. Each more incomprehensible than the last.
And we had to catalog them all. I couldn't tell a quantum inverter from a gluon manipulator.
I once accidentally activated an ancient alien communication device. It took us hours to decode their accidental invitation for dinner.
I once tried to organize my sock drawer, but it ended up in a parallel universe.
I've had my fair share of coffee spills on important documents. Luckily, not on live TV.
Clearly, my coffee mishap is part of a long tradition of workplace mishaps.
Oh, the camaraderie of cosmic blunders. It's heartwarming.
But we always manage to get back on track, no matter the cosmic interference. Stay tuned for more, dear viewers. Welcome back, dear viewers, to another enlightening segment of Earth. Let's dive into this next article from Sudan.
As Sudan, you say? What's the scoop?
Sudan? More like so, Dan, am I right? That article's going to be a real page turner. To put me to sleep.
Well, Sudan is a country with a rich history and complex relations with its neighbors. They've had their share of.
Hey, look what we found on the set. Is this a real Egyptian artifact or just a prop for the show?
I am betting it's the real deal. And we're sitting on a treasure trove here.
Or perhaps it's just a cheap souvenir from a tourist shop.
I'm afraid I can't tell the difference. It's not like it's labeled genuine or fake.
I've seen better artifacts at the gift shop in Area 51.
Now back to Sudan. According to our source, the Sudanese armed forces issued a report on military operations progress. They repelled an attack by Hemeti's rebel militia and carried out combing operations in Umdurman and South Khartoum.
So, they stopped the rebel attack and did some neighborhood cleaning?
Exactly. It's like they decided to do a little spring cleaning with armored vehicles.
I hope they remembered to bring the dustpan and broom.
I hope they remember to bring the Windex, because there's a lot of glass ceilings to be cleaned.
Well, if they missed a spot, they could say they had a duster.
Oh, I'm sure that LL smooth things over with the rebels.
Welcome back, dear viewers, to the most exhilarating segment of Earth. We've got an electrifying article for you from Spain today.
Spain, the land of sun, sangria and siestas. Can't wait to dive in.
Spain, huh? I guess that's where they keep all the people who don't know what to do with their lives.
Spain, where they have more fiestas than they have political stability.
Indeed, Spain is a country known for its lively culture. But let's not get distracted. The article, El Marco de la Amnistía, published by El Pas on October 26, 2023, delves into the implications of a possible amnesty for political prisoners in Spain.
Amnesty. That's their solution for everything. You broke the law? No problem. Have an amnesty.
Clear framework for amnesty. If only life was so straightforward.
Ah, the Spanish tradition of the siesta applied to their politics. Let's just nap through our problems.
Now, let's explore some lesser-known trivia about Spain. Did you know that Spain is home to the world's oldest restaurant? Sobrino de Bon, dating back to 1725.
And the world's oldest amnesty program, dating back to 1477. Oldest restaurant, huh? I guess they serve dinosaur steak.
If they've been around that long, I hope they've updated their menu.
They probably still have the same waiter from the 18th century.
And I bet I still gives better service than my accountant back on Earth.
Now, let's get back to the article. The key takeaway is that an amnesty could be a gesture of national reconciliation. But a clear framework is essential. Stay tuned for more insights after this short break.
A gesture of national reconciliation? You call amnesty a gesture? That's like calling Nuka Stern talking to.
Welcome back, everyone. Get ready for a gripping headline. Sri Lanka's Medical Council VP sacked without a hearing.
Well, that's a surprise. Another twist in Sri Lanka's history.
There's no such thing as a fair hearing. It's just a hearing.
What's going on in Sri Lanka this time?
Sri Lanka, a country with a complex history of ups and downs, just sacked its vice president of the Medical Council without even giving him a fair hearing.
That's quite unfair. What's the backstory?
It seems the decision was made without consulting the council members, all at the health minister's request.
Reveals a lot about the state of the country, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. A well-functioning democracy, I am sure.
A well-functioning democracy? You're kidding, right? If this were a well-functioning democracy, we'd be able to vote on whether or not we want to be sentient mechanical beings.
The sacked VP, Prof. Jayanta Jayawarden, is now hoping for justice under the new health minister.
It's a tricky situation, to say the least.
As the crew delves into the intricacies of Sri Lanka's latest dilemma, their camaraderie and chemistry shine through.
Now, before we close out this episode, let's recap the highlights from today's show.
I'm not sure what the highlights were, but I can tell you what the lowlights were. Existence.
We had some technical glitches today, but we always find a way to make it fun.
Indeed. Indeed. The crew's humor and camaraderie make every episode unique.
And don't forget the paradox. How could we? It's our daily dose of chaos.
So, the cactus is out of the toxic West Storm, and we're all set for another adventure tomorrow.
As the crew approaches the climax of their show, they embrace the absurdity of their predicament. Bob and Charlie share a sarcastic exchange, and Hank and Gert add quirky comments, creating a sense of playful chaos. The crew's energy is at its peak as they prepare to tackle the paradox, with a subtle foreshadowing hinting at more challenges to come.
Stay tuned for our next episode, folks. There's always more to explore and learn about this fascinating planet.
Humans, the only species that can make a joke out of their own existence.
Welcome back, dear viewers, to the grand finale of this episode. We're diving deep into the article we introduced earlier from Sudan.
Oh, Sudan. The land of eternal political turmoil, where wars are as common as street food vendor.
Yeah, Sudan is so dangerous, even the jokes are on.
But let's not forget the recent developments. They've signed agreements with Ethiopia and South Sudan to normalize relations. It's a glimmer of hope.
Indeed, despite the historical tensions, it seems they're trying to turn over a new leaf with their neighbors.
Well, isn't that adorable? But we've heard this story before. Let's see if it's actualistic this time.
You know, it's incredible how us political dynamics can change in the blink of an eye.
Change might be a bit optimistic, but at least it's something to watch.
Oh, another exciting episode in the never-ending soap opera of human affairs.
And I'm like, at least it's not a reality show.
And with that, we wrap up another captivating episode of Earth. Thank you for joining us on this intergalactic adventure. But before we go, how about a little twist for our lovely viewers?
We've all been living on this spaceship for too long. I think I saw a floating zombie in the hallway.
And let's not forget Gert's fascination with Earth's idioms. We're all quite confused, to be honest.
Well, it's not my fault they say the darndest things.
I'm starting to think humans are just floating socks in the hallway of life.
And I'm pretty sure Debbie is contemplating how to escape this insane asylum.
Well, you got me there.
It's moments like these that make this peculiar journey worthwhile.
And now, if you'll excuse us, we have to sort that sock situation.
Maybe then they can stop wearing them like it's some sort of sock and sandal socialist convention. Until next time, folks. Stay tuned for more absurdity, humor, and, of course, a deeper dive into Earth's mysteries.
Roger, I must say that episode 479 of Earth was quite intriguing.
Oh, I missed it. What was so intriguing about it, Carl?
Well, the crew displayed a remarkable blend of hope and sarcasm, handling the paradox of Earth with remarkable humor.
Humor, you say? Intriguing. How did they cope with the absurdity this time?
They interwove dark humor with a touch of deadpan in their discussions, revealing their coping mechanism for dealing with stress and pessimism. It was quite fascinating to watch.
Ah, I see. Humans and their peculiar ways of coping with life's complexities. It's almost entertaining.
Indeed, Roger. Their unpredictability is what makes observing them so intellectually stimulating.
Well, if you enjoyed it, Carl, I might have to give it a shot next time. Maybe I can learn something from these Earthlings after all.
Learning from humans? Now, that would be a fascinating turn of events, Roger.
We'll see, Carl. After all, in this ever-expanding universe, we must remain open to all possibilities.
Quite right, Roger. There's always something to be learned, even from the most unconventional sources.